Hello, it's Sondra again. Just another little lesson in creating some depth into your work. And I've got these little bits of paper that I printed off. And this is just my book. This is a book where all the different things I try go into it. It's a visual art diary. And I put in all the things I try and what happens. So you can see, I'll flick through very quickly all the different ideas I've picked up over the years, and just trying different techniques. Paint on paint over there. It's still sticking because it hasn't dried properly. Here, just mark making. This one here is more applying paints, mixing paints, and what colours work for me, what doesn't work. A lot of these pages have been gessoed first, then the paint put on. A little bit about my concepts, my paints that I wanted to use. This was going to the beach and the memories of going to the beach. So I created this just from thinking about colours I wanted to produce walking on the beach on a wet day, and that's what came up. This was going to being happy Christmas celebrations, and the colours I chose and how they make me feel. I could just keep going. This one is another one out sailing on the water, and you can almost feel the emotion of the water and the movement. And I just wrote down some words of how I was feeling, selected the right colours and just let it out. This one here is just mixing 3 colours in all the different shades I can get. Quite like that painting actually. So this is really sort of a history of some of the work I've done recently. I've added different colour palettes in this one. Different how to make lines, different directions with the lines. And this last one, I've got to remember which one this was. Sorry. I think this was just playing with some colour and lines and thinking of being out in a cold climate, skiing. So a lot of my work is very tied up into the nature, and I use colours and feelings I get from that. Now, as you can see, you don't do this. You see what's happened here? It's stuck. That's not good. So that's going to be quite hard to get apart. And what happens is you ruin what's underneath it, which is a shame. You can force it, which I'll have to do. I'll look at that one later. But that's because I didn't put paper in between it as it was drying. That's why I have this paper here. It's like a glad bake paper. So we can't get into that one at the moment. This was using transparent paints and just seeing transparent marks coming through. Again, this one's stuck. You can see what's happened here. That's not very good. Here I've just used transparent colours and what happens when you put them on top of each other versus some complementary colours opaque. So went in a bit of colour making here and just playing really. So today what we're going to do, I can run you through a lot of these in my program anyway. I've decided I'd just play with some textures. I've got these old bits of paper saying that I printed off, and I'm just going to rip them up into different shapes because often we can't think of shapes that we want to use. So it doesn't matter what you use. You might want to use coloured paper. You might want to use magazines. I'm just using this paper that I used. I then get hold of some nice big thick brush here like this one, and this is my gloss medium gel, gloss Byron it is, gloss gel medium. I've put a bit of water with it to make it nice and thin so it goes on quite easily, and I just put these on. And again, you don't worry about whether it's up or down or how it works. It's just a matter of putting these around. Glue them as best you can. I'm not doing a very good job here because if you don't glue them properly, what happens is the ends come up, and that creates bubbles and things in your work, and you don't want that. So there you are. I'm just going to run this here, put them on top of each other like so, because by gluing them on top, it means it's just going to create that interesting look. Here's a nice plain white one. Whoops. And again, I'm not thinking, I'm just popping them down, okay? So that's that one. Now I do this side. This is my book. Put it in here, run it with gloss across. There's another one here. Probably put this one down on top, down this end here. And you're probably saying, well, what on earth are you doing all this for? Well, you'll see soon why we're doing this. Because we're just laying down a background of layers for our next painting. And it just reminds me when I'm going through my diary what different techniques I can use. Like so. And again, these words will come through this, on the newsprint. So that's one thing that once we put some layers on top, you start seeing that. Okay, so that's where we're at there. That's as far as that one. And now it's a matter of applying a transparent layer of paint. And I think I'll go for, this is a beautiful colour. It's actually red gold. It's a series 3 and it's Artelia. It's a beautiful rich reddy toning. I feel like doing that one today. And I've got over here some gloss medium mixed in, so a tiny bit of that. You don't want a whole lot of it. And just mix it up so that it creates a nice light sort of bronzy toning, like a red gold almost, which is what it is. I'll put that away, back to this. And normally you would let this dry, but because I'm doing it all on straight away, I'm going to do it like this now. And you see it's creating a nice opaque, transparent light layer across the work. It doesn't matter that it's thick and thin, dark and light. The idea is you get some texture and you get the surface looking quite interesting. So you see just from this, and again you can see how it sticks together because already you've got a bit of paint on the back of that. So you have to be very, very careful when you're doing this. Might put a little bit more of the red gloss into it, a little bit darker on the side, just to give a bit of variety. And it's a beautiful colour, as I said to you. It's probably one of my favourite transparent colours because it certainly does shape up beautifully. And it looks great with the contrast, as I said. I'm going to bring some more colouring over here to make it more interesting. And I'm not really thinking too much about this, just applying it and just having fun and putting on some colours, and we'll just see what happens. So that, in about a 5-6 minute video, I've very quickly showed you how to do two things. One, create a nice background for your art. And that's what this is, a nice background for the art. Because I don't want this sticking to this page, I'm going to put that there. That's the Glad Bake paper. This is the one here I use, the Glad Bake. And you can buy that at the supermarket. And I'll get another page for the other side because that's how the other, see how it's sticking already? That's not what you want. So you've got to put that very quickly under there and let it dry. Okay, so now this gloss medium will actually dry very clear. So it'll be interesting to see how it finishes up, and then we'll do some more work from that in the next video, and you'll just see me create an interesting background for painting. And this is just a beginning of an abstract, but again, you can do realistic paintings on here. You might want to put a face, or you might want to do some landscape, or you might want to paint a big bunch of flowers or whatever. But there's many techniques that I can teach you, and I'll be running techniques on my little mini programs about how to start paintings. I haven't put the course together yet, but it will be out soon. I have done my first one. It's $10. It's quite cheap, American, and it's all about creating an abstract painting from the beginning to the end. But this way, I'm showing you how to use different techniques for starting painting, and we'll just keep rolling with this. So this will be another little mini module coming up. It's under my website, www.vibrantsilks.com, and it's also, if you look at my Instagram, and it's Sondra Dawn Art under Instagram, and you can find all my links there. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching, really appreciate it. I want to pass on as much as I can to you and let you get some really good ways of starting your painting, because it's often really hard to start like that and think, what do I do? Now, I've shown you very quickly how to create something in about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, so happy painting, get into it, go for it, and please keep me posted and let me know what you do, and send me copies. I'd love to see it. Perhaps direct link me or follow me on Instagram, or later on I do have a Facebook, closed Facebook account. We can run on that, or I have also a public one too. So, okay, well, thanks for watching. Bye.